Oh, hello. It's me. It's Chris Rubio on Chris Old House. It is August 22nd, 2023. And this is the final episode of Chris Old House for this job. Ironically enough, it's exactly 3 months. I started on May 22nd in exactly this spot 3 months ago. And the job is done. And I'm going to give you a little walkthrough. And maybe you'll see some before and afters. Wouldn't that be exciting? Okay, here we go. The door completely finished, as you saw the other day. And these windows, beautiful new windows, beautiful trim. And the door, A21B, looking great. Totally restored. As we enter, looks a little different than the last time. I think I said something like you got to have vision or something like that, and well, it is a lot different. Think back how it looked before. It was pretty horrible. It was badly made homemade cabinets that came down, and they hung down too low, they came out too far. But now what we have is a beautiful cabinetry, beautiful countertops, lovely little angles and views, and really nice crown molding up there. Taking a walk into the kitchen. If you recall, there was, down at the end there was a hot water heater, which is now outside. And not the nicest cabinets, although the fridge was in the same spot. At the end, I'm going to turn back around here. Now that is nice. This is the view from the back of the kitchen, and right there in the middle there is where that terrible someone's idea of upper cabinets, some kind of island dealie, which was just blocking the view completely. And that little bump out there, we initially weren't going to go with that, and then we were like, oh, wait a minute, we just need to get rid of those upper cabinets and keep the lower. But that's all done now, and beautiful new faucet. Same windows here. Put these shades up today. But it's awesome. Everything works, which is also nice. And if you remember, there was that wall right there that was crazy. There was a big gap here because of that wall being crazily angled, and well, that's all fixed now. And here's where it all started, right in this room, which is now just the laundry room with laundry, you see. And this little cabinet here, and this door, which was a little like 28-inch wooden door that was all kind of a mess. And right up here is where there was the leak in the roof, which was leaking forever. Down the wall, if you recall, there was nothing left of the wall but the stucco on the outside. And the floor was completely rotted out, and had to redo all of that. But now it's a beautiful little laundry area. We go outside. This area right outside was completely closed in at the time. They had at some point in time built a little roof over between these two structures, and that's all gone. And of course, the hot water heater was moved to the outside, which is you can do in California. But the sun's shining in, but we'll go around this way, and you'll see the very finished product here on the outside, which used to have a roof right there, but no longer does. And that is the finished stucco where they did the green coat over there, and that's my door, finally done with all the trim in. And of course, there on the right is that wall that was nothing left in that whole corner. The whole thing, what was holding up that corner was the stucco. And that scupper up there, which has all been fixed and replaced, is where the terrible, terrible leak was, which was causing this to be rotting out for many, many years. Here we have this wall, which I had played with the idea of trying to do the stucco myself, and I am so glad I didn't attempt to do that, because it was, well, they ended up doing not just this area, but all the rest of this building to the green building right here. If you remember, there was a little half wall there. I smashed out of there, and I knew that they would be able to stucco to match it. A little bit of a difference in color, but not much. I think it's because this is, I don't know, this is like 15 years old here, and they used to do barbecues right here, so there's a little bit of a discoloration. But if we move back to the back of the house, you can see now the new windows on this little back area and the beautiful color coat on the building. And if you recall, that sill there on the left was the one that was totally rotted out. And as I took this window, this left-hand side window out, I found that sill was completely rotted out and had to be redone. But now it is all done, as you see, all finished up and complete. Back inside now, we just have a vacuum to take out of here, but here's our beautiful floor where I went through so much struggle early on in this area right here underneath the island, having to get this floor, which is sort of goes down at an angle into this older part of the building. Had to fill things in, had to put extra plywood in on this floor in here. But though there's waves in the floor, as you can see from that baseboard trim right there on the right, have a look at that. See that? The way the floor has a big hump in it. But it is what it is. But it came out absolutely as perfect as it possibly could have. Oh, the trim is new. We got the beautiful crown molding up there along the ceiling, which was fun to do. Well, a struggle, but fun, because it did come out so beautiful. Oh, remember the little trim next to the hearth? I talked about the problem with the hearth. Well, worked out fine. Got a nice. It's a good compromise. We got the nice molding and filled it in with, actually that's stucco, left over a little bit of stucco. So it made it look good there. And over in this corner, at least it's more of a finished look. As far as what's going to happen with this fireplace, well, right now we're not painting it. So I guess we'll see what happens. What else? Well, here's the hallway. Carpet's all new in here. Wasn't much in here done except those two new windows, new blinds, and the really nice crown molding, which gives it a nice formal look. But there's this bedroom, and then the hallway here, the bathroom, never touched it. I used it, but didn't touch it. And then this room in the back here, which is sort of the master-ish bedroom. But new carpet in here, really didn't do anything else. New windows, and blinds and things. And put these new windows in. Crown molding was here. We did the rest of the house to match that. So that is going to do it for this year's job on Chris Old House. It's been great. I've had a good time. I made some new friends, had a bunch of wonderful meals. Had some got to spend time with some very charming dogs. Learned some things I didn't know before. Didn't really have any crazy problems or anything. All worked out. Took a little bit longer than I thought, but more or less pretty much what I had expected. But this was a good one, and I hope to be doing, well, as moving forward, other things equally as fun and gratifying. So, for now, this is Chris Rubio signing off. And in this last episode, thank you, as always, very much for watching Chris Oldhouse.